coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Wine on Saturday, wine on Sunday. But coach told me I can never miss a Monday.
Good evening. Welcome to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here this week with you on Monday Night Live. And we want to give everyone in our audience an opportunity to get involved in tonight's show. So please, for everyone checking us out live on Facebook and YouTube, you can leave Coach Mike a relevant real estate question by submitting your question in the comment section. And our super producer, Jay Joseph, may very well choose your question to be answered on tonight's show. I want to give everyone an opportunity to get involved. So as you can see, you can also text in your question on the text line number that you just saw on the screen. Without any further ado, I would like to take some time to introduce my co-host. Not only is he a highly successful real estate broker, he is also the co-founder of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to thank him so much for sitting in with us this week, just like he does every episode of Monday Night Live. And I'd like to introduce to our audience, Mr. Michael G. Davis. How we doing, Coach Mike?
Man, we are doing phenomenal. What's going on, Prime Real Estate Rick?
Oh, no, it's great to be here with you, brother. Looking fresh as always in the new Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm merch. Yeah, you know what I mean? Big huge shout out to you all, because that looks really good right now, man. Great look.
Hey, man, look, we got to be out here representing for the people, man. They need to know who we are. You need to wear your own brand. Wear your brand.
Absolutely, man. Look, it's great to be here with you Monday night, Coach Mike. You know, for those in the audience who haven't heard from us in a while, could you help to catch everyone up as far as what's been going on in the world of CEO Coach Mike and what's been going on with the team over at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm?
Hey, man, look, we've been staying busy. Like last week was just off the chain. You know, we brought in our friends at Monarch Title, Mr. E.L. Crane, man. He was talking about branding, right?
Yes.
And gave some phenomenal insights. Rick, you was there, man. It was, in their Galleria office. Gave some phenomenal insights. It'll be on the, it'll be on the website. I mean, on our YouTube channel real soon. So people will be able to go check that out. So it was an awesome lunch presentation. So definitely want to shout out Monarch and the great information that the real ELC brought to the team. And that was on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, man, we knocked it out the park with our man Keith Webster with Apex Mortgage, man. He came down here, served us up to an amazing meal at Maggiano's, man. And then he just talked about not only the phenomenal products that Apex has that are innovative and that are unique to what they bring and how they provide for multiple states in the United States, but he also brought some inspiration to the agents, gave them some verbiage and gave them some insights that not only just spoke to just the technical aspects of this business, but just really spoke to the heart and the mindset of being great and being successful and helping as many people. He really spoke to the heart of it. So, I mean, like last week was just amazing. And, we're just super excited as we move into a new week just to continue to crank this stuff out, Rick, because we're super serious about how we educate and how we develop our agents.
No, it's all true. And I want to give you a huge shout out, Coach Mike, because both of those trainings last week, I had the pleasure to attend. And they weren't my first time hearing from these speakers and taking these trainings. But it's amazing how real estate evolves, changes. And even though we've had these trainings and may have heard from these speakers before, the new information, the new energy, and I'm sure it was a great benefit to all the newer agents over at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm who hadn't had the opportunity to learn from those gentlemen before. Yeah. So, Coach Mike, could you just talk about how important it is for you to provide the Brooks & Davis Real Estate family the opportunity to not only interact with these type of dynamic trainers, but to also glean that information and those nuggets that they share with all their training classes?
No, I think that's an excellent question. I just, as the broker and CEO of Brooks and Davis, I feel like it's my duty. Being in this business, the amount of time that I've been in it, when I'm looking at someone that just got their license this year, or like the young lady who just passed her exam on Friday, and you take a person like that, and now I've been here, and this month actually I'm going to be celebrating 20 years. Well, you just gotta have a sense or a feeling that you gotta want to do more, that you need to do more. So being a broker just fits me very well because I get a lot of fulfillment out of helping people who are helping change people's lives, right? So, I'm not directly working with the buyer and the seller, but we know that buying a home or operating in this vehicle of real estate, it is life-changing, not just for the individual, but for generations to come. And to be able to develop, train, and prepare someone to assist many people in that vein, I mean, for me, that's what it's about. And these are the things that are required to do that, Rick. You have to have relationships. You have to have resources that people can tap into. You have to have trainings. You have to have coaching. You have to have mentorship. Right? You have to put people in an environment for them to prosper and for them to grow. And that's what we're about at the Brooks and Davis community. Like, that's what we're about. And our agents respond to that. Like they tell us that our education is valuable. Our one-on-one coaching is valuable. Our group coaching, those things are valuable. Our accessibility, that those things are valuable. Like, they tell us those things and we listen, and we're going to do more and more with it.
The great thing about being a team member over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm is that we all have the opportunity to take advantage of these programs and these educational training platforms that, we have access to. Mm-hmm. And the great thing about it, Coach Mike, and I want to make sure I share this with our entire audience, is that, as always, we want to share the message. You do not have to be just a Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm team member. You can be an affiliate. You can be someone who's currently studying towards their real estate license. Personally, I'm heading up some trainings this week over at the Brooks and Davis West office. I want to invite everyone in our audience to take an opportunity to hear an example of some of the trainings that we're going to be doing over at Brooks and Davis West. I want to invite everyone out, and for everyone to take advantage of shows like tonight's Monday Night Live show, because this is almost like a CEO Coach Mike informal training class. So if you're wondering what type of one-on-one, what type of education, what type of mentorship, what type of inspiration that you'll receive over there working with Coach Mike, look, take advantage of checking out shows like this, the Real to Life podcast, and it'll give you a very informal idea of the type of interactive learning that you'll have the opportunity to do over there at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. So appreciate all that, Coach Mike, because I know it keeps you super duper busy, but you still here. You make time for us on Monday nights. The energy is there. And we have some great questions that we have teed up for you, Coach Mike, because the tidbits and the experience that you share on this show, hopefully everyone in our audience can add it to their tool belt and make them a more useful and valuable real estate pro. So if you're ready, Coach Mike, man, want to see what they have keyed up for you as far as questions this week, sir?
I'm ready, man. Let's knock it out.
Let's see what we got going for Coach Mike this week. Coach Mike, what metrics should I track to evaluate the effectiveness of my branding efforts in real estate?
I mean, hey, look, that's an amazing question right there, Rick. What metrics should a person use? I am of the belief, man, you got to inspect what you expect. And I got that. I can't even take credit for that. So I got to give credit where credit is due. Mr. Verl Workman at Workman Success Solutions. We participate in their coaching, but they say that all the time. You have to inspect what you expect. And, sometimes I know me personally, especially when managing a team, I get a little apprehensive about asking people, show me the numbers, show me the evidence, show me that it's working. But I think that's key, and that you got to do that, because you can get caught up in doing something and just get into something and it's not effective, but it becomes familiar. And it may not be achieving what you wanted to achieve, but you settle for it because you get comfortable in it. You get comfortable in that groove. So by having metrics to check, that helps you get out of that. It helps you get out of that, Rick. It also helps you get out of only putting stuff out there that you're into, right? See, a lot of us, we're marketing and we're branding to what we like, but we're not buying from us, Rick. Rick, you buying from you?
No.
I'm not putting no money in my pocket, my own pocket, right? So measuring and evaluating what we're doing and what we're putting out there in the marketplace from a branding standpoint, that's important. I'll use the Brooks and Davis logo as an example, right? Listening to our leadership team, that's what created this modification and this revamping of our logo. But Rick, it was hard for me to let that go, right? This was the old logo, I designed it personally. So to let that go, that was difficult. Well, guess what? The marketplace had responded. Like the marketplace said we were outdated, that we were antiquated, that we weren't polished, right? That was the representation that our brand was giving out to the market. And we had to pay attention. We had to listen to it. So to the question, what are the metrics that you should check? Well, let's start with social media, right? I think ultimately you first have to decide, you have to ask yourself, well, what is it that you're trying to achieve with whatever the branding that you put out? What are you trying to achieve? Well, I know for us at Brooks and Davis with our social media, our goal is to achieve awareness. We want more eyeballs. We want more people seeing what we're doing. Okay. So when you look at if that's the overall outcome for us, now when you think of, well, what's a metric that we need to be paying attention to? Well, obviously you say on Instagram, we need to pay how many followers, right? Because more followers means that we have more eyeballs looking. So we got to look at that. All right. Another metric, well, shares, right? So if a person sees our content and they share it, then that's helping us achieve what it is ultimately we want to achieve with our brand and with what we're putting out there. So before you can even determine what metrics you should be tracking, Rick, you first need to ask yourself, what is it that I want to achieve with whatever marketing that I'm doing? You got to ask yourself that first. Okay. I do believe that's where a lot of agents are missing the ball, is that they're not taking enough time asking themselves, what is it? What is the result? What is it that I ultimately want to have happen or achieve from what I'm putting out there? I think what a lot of agents are doing, Rick, is that they're just copying what they see other agents do. There's no level of measurement. They haven't determined if what that other agent is doing or is working or not. Is it ultimately bringing them, like if your marketing is that you want to use it to attract business, okay, well then you need to be measuring how much engagement are you getting from your posts, right? Are you putting posts out there where people are asking questions? Are you putting branding out there? Not, hey, use me if you want to buy a house, use me. Like that's not going to work. What you have to do is you have to attract people with something. You have to give them something that they want to ask a question about. That's how people notify you that they're thinking about it, that they're interested, that they're a potential prospect. They do that by asking questions. So people just don't show up. Hey, I saw that you were a realtor. You put this flyer out there that said, call me when I'm ready to buy. So I'm calling you. Like that's not how people show up. Okay. So, but that's what they're doing, man. A lot of agents are just copycatting off the cliff, Rick. Copycatting off the cliff. So no level of measurement. So this particular question, it really will depend on the individual. It depends on the individual. It depends on the platform that they're utilizing. For instance, like one of the things that we're going to be doing for an event we have coming up, we're going to get us a booth. Well, we got to set us a goal. Like, what is it that we want to achieve with this booth? Is it to attract leads? All right. If it's to attract leads, then that's the metric that we're going to measure when it's all said and done. if the goal is to just pass out as many flyers as possible as the brand awareness, all right, then we're going to track how many flyers did we pass out. So it just really depends on what's the goal that you want to achieve with whatever it is that you're doing. That's how I would answer that question, Rick.
No, that's outstanding advice. And I would urge everyone to set their reminders for the Brooks and Davis branding training that'll be on BND TV later this week, because we touch on these type of topics and it'll put everyone in a position where they can begin to right size their marketing efforts, be able to measure the correct metrics, and put themselves in a position to be able to see what's working, be able to double and triple down on that, and stay away from the things that aren't getting as much results, to your earlier point.
Absolutely. I mean, I talk about this all the time, Rick. I talk about the different currencies, right? Most people come to this business and money is the thing that it's like money is the currency, but we're sitting on currencies that we're not even tapping into. Like we feel like, oh, I'm not having the level of success because I don't have enough money. And when I get this money, I'm going to be doing this, this, and that. But you're sitting on currencies that could help you do this, this, and that you're not even tapping into. One of those currencies, Rick, is creative. It's ideas. It's ideas, Rick. And when it comes to marketing and putting together a strategy or an approach, you really got to tap into that currency. And each and every single one of us has the capacity to come up with creative ideas. We're just sitting on it. So definitely when it comes to this question and when it comes to how you're going to brand, how you're going to market, and to have some level of effectiveness in it, you really got to tap into that creative part of you, because that's one of those currencies that's going to help you build the foundations of your real estate business.
Yeah, outstanding. Great advice, Coach Mike. Everyone, please heed that advice, because these are the things that will put you in a position to build your brand, build your business, and have something that's sustainable.
Yeah.
Man, look, if that's question number one, brother, this is going to be a great episode, because I can see that our audience is tapped in and everyone's really excited to take this second quarter to the next level and build on the successes of the first quarter. So let's see what we have planned for you, Coach Mike, with question number 2.
Let's do it.
Coach Mike, how do you train your virtual assistant? Any resources you'd recommend and advice on what you have them to do throughout the day?
Ooh, the VAs, man. I've been begging people to get VAs, Rick. I've been begging.
First things first, Coach Mike. Could you share with our audience exactly what is a virtual assistant for those who haven't been exposed? And could you talk a little bit about their value while you answer this question as well?
Absolutely. Now, look, virtual assistants are extreme. I think any team, any person that you can bring on your team and you can utilize them to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve are very valuable, right? So whether it is an executive assistant, the person that's working right alongside of me, or is somebody clear across the United States operating virtually, they're all valuable. And you got to treat them that way, right? You got to treat people like they matter. You got to treat people like they're impactful and that they care and that you appreciate them. Like that's a big deal. So let me start there, right? Because some people, man, they get virtual assistants and they don't value them like they value the other people that are part of their organization. And you got to value them the same. You got to value them just as much. Okay. So now what a virtual assistant does for you is that they work, not to be redundant, but they work virtually, right? So they work, they're not in the office. Most of the time, they're not even in the same city or state. They're not even in the country. Like the ones we use are not even in the country, right? But you want to find one. And again, Rick, it goes back to what I talked about earlier. You as the leader first need to know what you're going to need them to do. What is it that you want to help you achieve? You got to come to them with that, right? I see some agents, man, they want to get virtual assistants. And I'm not saying you need to have a detailed list of exactly all the work they're going to be doing, because you're not going to have that. That's going to come in time, right? But you at least need to have a bird's eye view of how putting this person in this seat and in this spot, how it's going to impact what we're doing. Like you at least got to bring that to the table. And if you're not bringing that level of higher thought to the table, you're not ready. Okay. I do have some people, man, and they don't pull the trigger on it. Like they know that they have gaps in their business. They know that they need help, but they're not pulling the trigger is because they feel like they need to have the job responsibilities and the roles already laid out. And that's not going to work. That's not going to happen. Okay. But you do just need to have that overview of how they're going to plug in gaps. I know for us, when I brought in our 2 virtual assistants, I knew that there were certain gaps that, because we already had staff, I already had a team, but I knew that there was certain gaps that my virtual assistants could plug the holes in, and it would free up my staff, my people, the bodies that I have. It would free them up to go work on more higher value activities. Well, I knew that going in. So when I went in, there was a particular price point that I wanted to be at as far as paying them. I knew that there was a level of effectiveness when it came to systems and processes that I already wanted to have. I already had the thought process of how the virtual assistant was also going to help me get more organized and begin to build out operations manuals, do videos to make it easier for us to duplicate actions and bring more people into the organization. So I knew all of that going into it. So when you think about resources, about recommending and advice on what you would have them do throughout the day, it really becomes organic as you begin to operate your business. As you begin to operate your business, as you begin to meet with them on a daily basis, do huddles with them, you're going to start identifying things to give them to do. And as you begin to, like when you're riding around or if you're just sitting at dinner with the family, stuff's going to pop up in your head like, man, the virtual assistant can do that. When you're having conversations with people, you'll be like, man, my virtual assistant can do that. So you just want to have a mechanism where you can capture those thoughts in an effective way so you can convey what you need them to do. We use Google. We use something as simple as a Google spreadsheet. That's how I capture what I'm going to have them work on and how I deliver it when I meet with them every day. On these are the actions that I want you to work on. And they also use that to communicate to me on what they've completed and what needs to carry over. They also use to communicate with one another because they work opposite shifts. So, there's a number of recommendations, advice. I've been using virtual assistants for years. So I've been doing it a long time. But the biggest thing is, number one, Rick, before you do it, have an idea, an overview of how they're going to impact bringing this person in and how it's going to overall impact your business and the direction that you want to go. You got to be clear on that as the leader of the organization, number one. And number two, if you need one, pull the trigger. Like, don't drag your feet. Go ahead and do it. Pull the trigger on it. Bring this person into your business because they're going to help you get things right. Some people are like, well, I don't want to do it until I get things right. The reason things ain't right is because you need somebody to come help you get things right. You need another person in your business. You're at that point. So, and they're very affordable because of the exchange rates around the world, especially foreign virtual assistants. They're very affordable depending on where you get them from.
Yeah. The thing that was most powerful about what you mentioned is how you've used virtual assistants to help you organize, set up plans, structures, how they've helped you as far as the data entry, the organization of information, that type of thing. Because like you always teach, Coach Mike, is that your leads, that is your currency in this business. You have to be able to input their information in a format that's organized, something that you can access and you can build upon. So I hope everyone in the audience can take that advice, because if they're thinking about somewhere to start, let's start on organizing your leads and the information for the customers that you've had in the past and people that you want to reach out to in the future. And you can start there. And like you said, Coach Mike, everything else will start to come organically over time.
Well, you'll get to the point to where, you first got to understand your value. Like, what's my dollar per hour, right? What kind of activities do I need to be working on to enhance my dollar per hour? If I'm doing data entry, like that's $12, $15 an hour work. If you get a virtual assistant, man, that's like $4 hour work, right? So why would you do that when you can pay somebody $4 for an entire hour of their time, or $5 or $6? for an entire hour of their time. You can pay them that to do all of this stuff for you. Why would you take your hour, your time, and sit there and do that? How much money are you wasting? You're literally paying, like if you say, well, man, I'm worth $250 an hour, then you can just pay $250 to put these leads in your CRM. Who's doing that? So you have to approach this thing with a higher level of thought to say, just because I can do that doesn't mean I should be doing it. Like, I should not be doing that. There are other opportunities, resources, people that should be doing these things that when it's all said and done, it's more cost effective for the organization.
Oh, no. Great advice. In a nutshell, Coach Mike is instructing everyone to focus their energy on business building activities, or you may have heard them called money making activities. Either way, same thing.
And data and inputting your leads into a CRM is not one of them.
Hey, man, I agree totally, man. That was great advice, Coach Mike. As always, I urge everyone in the audience, if you're taking notes right now, keep up with us. If you need to come back, we streaming live. You can always come back and watch replays of today's episode, man, because these gems that Coach Mike are sharing are exactly the same information he shares during his one-on-ones and his mentoring program. So, like you said before, we're getting that informal education right now, but an education nonetheless. We have a third question for you, Coach Mike, man. We're going to go and see what kind of question we have submitted from the members of our audience. So we appreciate you for everything you're doing, man, but we got another one keyed up for you, bro.
All right, let's see what we got.
Let's see what we have. Coach Mike, when doing your listing appointment, do you let the seller walk with you through the house, or do you walk through the house by yourself?
Well, so Rick, when I did listing appointments, I mean, I really would just I used to just kind of rely on the energy of the client. Some clients, they want to tour you through the house. You could use that as an opportunity to build rapport, right? Because ultimately you're going there, you want to get them to sign some paperwork. You want to get them to hire you. So to put you in the best position for that to happen, they got to build rapport. So, you're not building a lot of rapport if this person wants to give you a tour of their home because, they think their house is the best thing since sliced bread. Right. Well, sometimes you got to be the people who they want you to be. So you be that cheerleader and be like, man, this is an amazing house. And you go and you let them tour it to you. Well, some people don't want to tour the house with you. They really want you to just come in there, give them the information, give them the data, let them know what's the game plan, what's the strategy, boom, and they move on. Right. So in that instance, no, you don't want them to walk you through. You're not going to ask them, hey, do you want to give me a tour of the house? So you really have to kind of capture the vibe that the seller is giving you to really determine what you're going to do in that area. Like, there's no one size fit all for all sellers. Like, you have to be organic in your approach on each individual is going to be separate. Let me determine the best way to work with this individual to understand and comprehend this individual, to put myself in not just the best position to get hired, but to put myself in the best position to serve them in the best way that's for them. You have to become more empathetic, and you have to become more caring and understanding and curious about people. And all of that's going to help you when you go on the listing appointment and you engage with individuals at this level. So that's how I would answer that question.
With your years of experience, like you said, doing listing appointments and that type of thing, is there something that you tell new agents foundationally should be their number one mission on a listing appointment? So as someone's walking the house, Coach Mike, is there a piece of advice as far as what they should have on the front of mind while they do that initial house tour with a listing appointment?
Well, Rick, I think the first thing is go in there with the intent and the understanding and the belief, let me say that, go in there with the belief that there's no other real estate professional that is going to care for this seller better than you, right? You first got to go in there with that belief that if they don't hire you, they're doing themselves a disservice. And you don't want to let them do themselves a disservice. You care too much about them. That you're the best person for them, period. Okay? You got to go in there with that belief, right? And then after you accept that belief, but you got to believe it. You got to believe it because, and the reason that you got to believe it, Rick, is because then you're going to have to find evidence to support it. Now, it is the truth. I don't care who you are. It's the truth. You are the best option for any seller that you go talk to. And I don't even know who you are, but you are. It's the truth as long as you believe it. Okay? But you got to believe it because then you got to find evidence to support it. And there's plenty of evidence to support it. So now when you go in there with that belief and you go in there with that evidence, at that point, all you got to do is just be in the moment with them.
Right.
That's all you got to do at that point. You ain't got to be thinking about anything. You just got to be in the moment. Again, be curious, learn them, understand them, talk to them, engage with them, build rapport with them. It's all about them and it's all about you being there. Be present. You do that, then you got a really good chance of picking up some listings. Like I think a lot of times, especially new agents, they overthink it. And that is the detriment to many people. Like it's like that imposter syndrome that people talk about. New agents go in there and like, oh man, they're going to see through me. They're going to see past me. Not if you in the moment, man. Not if you present. Not if you believe that you're the best and that you got a little bit of evidence to back it up. You're gonna kill them.
No, big huge shout out to Miss Jenkins in the chat, man. She agrees with you totally. She wants everybody to know it's about confidence. That confidence matters. It's that pride in what you do. It's the confidence that no one can serve them with the energy and the passion and the stick-to-itiveness that you're willing to display as you work to get their home sold for them. So, Coach Mize, I thank you so much for sharing that information because I think sometimes confidence in presentation can be something that's underreported and undervalued. But I know I've heard you talk to newer agents about it's not always about you spouting off all your knowledge that you recently acquired in real estate school. It's about that energy, that passion that they know there's no one else that's willing to flip over all the stones that you're willing to flip over to find that quality buyer for them. So appreciate that game, Coach Mike.
I promise you, they don't care about what you know, bro. And I know that's taboo. I know people like, what? No way. They want the most knowledgeable agent. They don't, bro. They do not want the most knowledgeable agent. Listen, Google knows more than you, and there's nothing you can do about it. ChatGPT knows more than you, right? There's nothing you can do about it, right? So information, you don't want to compete on information, all right? You're going to lose, all right? But you can do things that Google and ChatGPT can't do, and that's care. How about that?
Right.
Google don't care, right? ChatGPT don't care. They don't care enough to make sure that the information that they're giving you is relative or accurate or is in the proper context. They don't care about that. They don't care. They don't understand. Google and ChatGPT doesn't understand compassion and empathy and understanding and connection. You know, come on, man. So that's what you bring. And you don't have to be in business any amount of years to bring those things. That's just a decision to say, I'm going to bring humanity to the deal, right? So you're not a transaction. You're a relationship. So as we begin to work in this transaction together to serve you, we're also going to build relationship because that's what humans do. That's what people do. And that's why you want me here, bro. It ain't knowledge. I didn't spit nothing about real estate, did I, Rick?
No, it's about caring.
Come on,
It's
man.
about that rapport building. Exactly. It's all about those intangibles that softwares and AI cannot provide to those in need of real estate services. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
because they're
man,
not.
great
'Cause
advice,
Rick,
Coach Mike. Great advice as always.
look, Rick, people out here tripping about, oh, you're gonna be replaced and all this. Listen, can't be replaced by a robot because I'm a human, right? And listen, man didn't make man, so man can't make nothing that's like man. I ain't worried. I ain't worried about damn man-made creation. Trust me.
You know, I appreciate you sharing that information and those tidbits, Coach Mike, because, you know, there's so much that we touch on during Monday Night Live, but of course, there's so many other topics, relevant topics in the industry, local real estate market information that we just don't have the time to touch on during the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike. So, Coach Mike, could you share with the audience a little bit about this week's information, this week's training, the type of things they can expect if they tap in and subscribe to BND TV and check out everything that we have going on this week at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm?
Hey, man, I would love to, Rick. Absolutely. So, you know, before, you know, the great thing about BND TV is, you know, it's our YouTube channel and you get to see all of our past trainings. You get to see all of our past shows. Like, it's just a comprehensive. I looked the other day, Rick, we have over 1,000 videos on BND TV, our YouTube channel. So, and more to come. So we're just super excited about what we're doing over there. But again, Monday Night Live always starts it off. We do it on Mondays at 7 o'clock, where I come in live. We answer real estate questions from the audience. We provide advice to real estate professionals. We do that. Tomorrow, we have our Real to Life podcast. That's at 12:30. Got a phenomenal guest coming on board, Miss Linnell Bevels. She's actually out of Oregon, right? Out of Portland. I met her last year. It's a phenomenal professional. She's going to talk about some things. She's a chef. She cooks. She's also a real estate professional. So it'll give us an opportunity, Rick, to learn about other culture, other dynamic, you know, that West Coast lifestyle and their approach to real estate, you know, as we spend our time down here in our southern approach, right? So I can't wait to talk to Linnell tomorrow. Then at 2:30, we're going to be doing our Real Estate Happy Hour live. That's another BND TV show. We go live on Facebook and YouTube. We got an amazing topic. We're going to be talking about unlocking alchemy, enhancing recycling incentives. So I bet y'all like, what are they going to be talking about? Well, we want y'all to stop on by tomorrow at 2:30 and y'all going to see what it is, right? At Real Estate Happy Hour live, I mean, we discuss real estate industry related topics. Real estate advice to consumers and realtors is really just real estate professionals talking about randomness at the end of the day. The best part of the show is that the audience has the opportunity to get on screen with us and share their thoughts. So don't miss out on that tomorrow at 2:30. And then, Rick, I'm going to go ahead and let you chime in on the great things y'all are doing on Thursdays with the Prime Real Estate Network.
Oh, no, appreciate it, Coach Mike. This Thursday, as I mentioned at the beginning of tonight's show, is a really landmark day for the Prime Real Estate Network and the Brooks and Davis West office. This Thursday, we will not only have another thought-provoking episode of the Prime Real Estate Network podcast, but I'll also be formally training all those that are in attendance and those who choose to check in with us virtually on the value of green home building and how they can go out and find those best values in the market for your buyers, especially somewhere in a market as vast as the city of Houston with so many great builders, developers, very valuable communities and master plans. When a buyer comes and entrusts us with being able to not only guide them, but also to educate them on where the truly best value is in the market, knowing what types of materials, what type of products go into the most high quality, some of the most sturdy, some of the most energy efficient homes out there, I think is something that can not only separate you as a real estate professional, but also put your buyers in a position where they are ecstatic to refer you, and they'll scream from the tallest mountaintops about all the cool things that are built into their houses that their friends don't have in their houses. So if you're free this Thursday between 12 and 1, check us out live on YouTube at the Prime Real Estate Network Pod. And then check in for us at the Brooks and Davis Real Estate page and take in a little bit of a green real estate trainer that I'll be heading up, man. So appreciate you giving me that time, Coach Mike, man. And I invite everyone to check in with me this Thursday.
Hey, man, y'all doing some great things over at the Prime Real Estate Network and the West office of Brooks and Davis. Just super excited about this Thursday, man, and I cannot wait. So keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
All right. So as we jump to our Houston Real Estate channel, I encourage all of you to subscribe to it. It's powered by Brooks and Davis, and we explore the vibrant neighborhoods of Houston. It's a comprehensive guide. Man, you get valuable insights on Houston's real estate market. It's a diverse range of videos, including in-depth market reports and essential tips for buyers and sellers. We know that we just launched it back in December, Rick, and we already got over 200 subscribers to the channel. I mean, the market is responding by leaps and bounds. We got a lot of views. We got videos that have close to 300 views. It's definitely a resource and something that we're super proud of. We're dropping videos every 1 or 2 weeks just of different neighborhoods in the city, in the Houston Metroplex. So whether you're relocating to Houston or relocating within the Houston Metroplex, this is the perfect guide for you, so you'll know about the different locations and the areas that are at your fingertips. So super excited about that. Another thing is our World Changers community. It's an opportunity for individuals to unlock their full potential in their real estate career. We're a supportive family where you can grow, innovate, and recognize. One of the things, Rick, that you said earlier was that you don't have to be a Brooks and Davis agent to connect with us. And this is why, because the World Changers community is all about connection. It's about collaboration with real estate minded people, right? Looking for community, looking for solutions, working within this community. It allows us to make a difference. We engage in local initiatives together for a brighter future. People are able to elevate their education beyond transactions and even prepare for success, including acing the real estate exam. There's a multitude of accessibility, right? Yeah, there's a level of accessibility that our Brooks and Davis agents receive because they're part of the family, the Brooks and Davis family, but you too can be a part of the family and not even be a Brooks and Davis agent and experience a level of accessibility into the community. Again, and we're talking about collaboration and connection. And here's the best part, Rick. It won't cost you a dime. The only investment required is your time. The rest is on the house. It's completely free. So with the real estate community, the World Changers community, there's a couple of ways that you can become a part of it. If you already have a real estate license, we invite you to explore the World Changers community by taking the next step in your journey by visiting the website that we're showing on the screen. Go there now. Again, it doesn't cost anything. It takes you about 60 seconds and you're in. The other way is that if you're in the process of obtaining or interested in getting your real estate license, you can discover this exclusive opportunity that's waiting right here with you with our Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm student affiliate membership. We're going to show that. We're going to show that visual on the screen right now and show that website. All you got to do is go to this website and learn more, get more details, and be able to, again, join this World Changers community by taking those 2 steps. It's not going to take. Listen, I am so thrilled to share this incredible opportunity with you, knowing it aligns perfectly with your interests and goals. Go ahead and let's join us in shaping the future of real estate. All right, so now look, Rick, we got a bunch of stuff happening next week on behalf of the Houston Black Real Estate Association. Now, y'all know we're at Brooks and Davis, we're all about community. We're super into community and community involvement. And the Houston Black Real Estate Association is just one of those platforms that we spend a whole lot of time volunteering and tapping in to the community that we serve. All right. So with that being said, next week is going to be a big week for the Houston Black Real Estate Association. It's starting off with the 9th annual, they call it Walk the Talk, Walk and Health Fair. It's the 9th annual. It's going to be at Kitty Hollow Park this Saturday. All you have to do is go to the QR code, or if you go to Women's Council of HBREA.org, then you'll be able to register for this event. It's a walk for women that have had challenges with their health. It's also going to be some health screening there. We're going to have some things for the kiddos. Going to be some firefighters that are going to be there. We'll have some, some snacks that are going to be there as well. And really, it's just going to be a lot of people coming in that are just wanting to collaborate, wanting to spend time, wanting to fellowship. So again, it's going to be at Kitty Hollow Park. It's going to actually start off our Realtors Week events. So make sure you go to the website and make sure you register for the event. Registration is required. It's only from 7:30 to 12. So it's not even taking your whole day, right? You come for the morning, spend a little bit of time, and then you'll be on your way. So that's starting us off. Then on Sunday, we're going into this thing, what they say, a family that prays together stays together, Rick. So we want to start this week of events off. We have a partnership with and a collaboration with the Church of God in Christ. So you're going to see that a number of their churches we're utilizing for some of our events. Well, on Sunday, April 7th at 9 a.m., we're going to be worshiping together at the Island of Hope Church. It's located at 1505 Gregg Street, Houston, Texas, 77021. To these next events that I'm going to talk about, you go to hbraevents.org. That's how you reserve your spot, so we know that you're coming. So come worship with us, worship with the Church of God in Christ as we begin to launch this amazing week of activities that we're going to be doing. Then on April 9th, super excited about this, man. One of the things that we're really about is our connection and our contact within the political realm. So what we're going to be doing on that Tuesday is that we're going to be bringing in a panel of individuals. So we have Tiffany Thomas. She's a current council member. We have Brittany Hyman, who is who works within the city. We have Jason Hyman, who's a developer and does a lot of development within the city. We even have a director of the Houston Collaboration. They're going to be coming in. We're actually being hosted by Martha K. Sticks Tatum, who is the District K City Councilwoman. She's hosting us at City Hall. So, and you can only get this, Rick, you can only get this room at City Hall if one of the council people, your service members, host you. So because of our relationship and our collaboration with the city, we're going to be in the amazing legacy room that's going to be on the first floor of City Hall, and we're going to be hosting this panel. It's going to begin at 11 o'clock. We're going to have some food for you. You come in and participate in what we have going on. And then after it ends, 1 o'clock, Rick, all we're going to do is go across the street and we're going to go to the city council meeting, and we're going to get us a proclamation. It's going to be HBREA Day in the city of Houston. We're going to go before the council, right? We're going to, the council member is going to bring us up. The mayor is going to be there. He's going to talk to us and celebrate us. We'll have the whole membership there. We're going to be taking some pictures. It's going to be very exciting. So April 9th, we want you to be there. Again, go to hbraevents.org. Make sure you register, reserve your spot to reserve your moment in history when we go and we celebrate together. So that's going to be on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, something that we do every year is that we present, as an organization, we present the state of housing in Black America. And that's something that we're going to do on that Wednesday, April 10th. We're going to present our Sheba report. It's actually going to be given by the national president of NAREB, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Our national president, who is local, Dr. Courtney Johnson Rose, is going to be coming, and she's going to be delivering that report to the people here in Houston. That is so amazing to have a national. I mean, there are over 120 chapters that are part of NAREB, and the Houston chapter is being honored and blessed to have Dr. Courtney Rose come and present the report. In our partnership and our collaboration with the Houston Association of Realtors is going to be in their boardroom. We're also going to be hosted by Thomas Mouton, who's the current chair of the board for the Houston Association of Realtors. I'm just saying, Rick, man, there's going to be some powerful people that's going to be in the room. You do not want to miss. The thing about this one is seating is limited, so you cannot wait. The room only holds a certain amount of people. So go right now to hbraevents.org and reserve your spot. HAR is also going to be sponsoring lunch for the day. And we're so grateful that the relationship between the Houston Association of Realtors and the Houston Black Real Estate Association, that it is one of those relationships that are flourishing, and we work together, we collaborate together, and we love being an affiliate member with them. So that's going to be on Wednesday, beginning at 11 o'clock. Make sure you go to hbraevents.org so you can participate in that. Do not wait. If they wait, Rick, they're going to be on the outside, and we're going to be on the inside. All right. All right. So then on Thursday, again, the Houston Association of Realtors, we're going to be participating in their event, right? They put together an affiliate mixer where we're going to collaborate and we're going to elevate together. And what we mean by affiliate mixer is there's a number of affiliate organizations. You know, you have the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals. You know, it's about assisting veterans and educating them when it comes to real estate. You have the LGBTQ plus Alliance. Again, they have their demographic of people that they want to assist. You know, it's ultimately about democracy and housing across the board. You have AREA, the Asian American Real Estate Association. You have the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. You have the Women's Council of Realtors. You have the South Asian Real Estate Professionals. And then you have the Houston Black Real Estate Professionals. And we are coming, the Houston Black Real Estate Association. And we are coming together as one group, showing some solidarity, collaboration, us working together, learning about one another's cultures, memberships, introducing ourselves to one another. We're going to be doing that on Thursday at 3 o'clock. It's going to be at Moonshine Deck. Now, for this one, you do have to be a realtor. You have to be licensed. Okay. You do have to be, and the reason that you have to be licensed is because the only way that you can register for it, Rick, is that you got to do it through your HAR app. So you got to be a member of HAR. All right. So this is only open to those members that are part of the affiliates like us, but are also members of the Houston Association of Realtors. But if that is the case, we want to see you there. It's going to be an amazing time, an amazing event. And this one doesn't cost anything either. Okay. All right. And then finally, to end it all out, Rick, it's our Building Black Wealth Tour Community Day. It's going on this day, April 13th, Rick, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. I told you we got over 130 chapters. On this single day, there will be 100 community wealth days going on at the same time in 100 different chapters. Houston is participating in something that is going to be massive, and you want to participate. It's going to begin at 10 o'clock from 10 to 3. Brooks and Davis is going to be there. We're going to have a booth. I already talked to our agents, so we're going to have representation. I'm going to be there, but they're going to be all kinds of phenomenal classes, right? There's one class that says what to do with Big Mama House, Rick. They got a class to talk about that. They're going to have a class, Black Men Buy Houses. It's a panel of investors and developers that's going to speak to us, all right? Through YRD, we're going to have a mini career fair where the attendees are going to be able to be introduced to the multiple careers within real estate, right? You're going to have all these vendors, lenders. Rick, when people come, they'll be able to do one-on-one sessions with an attorney. I mean, come on, man. You can do a one-on-one session with an attorney and talk about any legal situation you have going on. You can do a one-on-one session with a lender. You can do a one-on-one session with a realtist, right? I mean, it's going to be so much value from this event that you do not want to miss. And again, Rick, it's happening over 100 different cities at the same time. Houston just being one of them. But you know how we do it down here in Texas, Rick? We always do it. So, odds is going to be the biggest.
Got to be big, buddy. Got to be big.
So again, I encourage you, if you're thinking about buying, right? If you're thinking about selling, if you're thinking about getting into this business, you need to be here on Saturday. You need to tap in. You need to get educated. You need to learn so you can achieve the results and the outcomes that you're looking for. There's no need for anybody to be guessing. We're bringing it all to you, all in one place. You just got to tap into it and you got to take advantage of it. That's what this is about on April 13th and why you need to be in the building. Go to hbraevents.org, register for all of them, participate with us next week during our Realtors Week. We are going to have an amazing, amazing time, Rick. I'm super excited to talk about Realtors Week. All right. I know we had so much going on, man. I'm just going to run through the rest of these real quick, Rick.
Let's do it.
We got our home buyer session that's popping off here April 20th. Make sure you go to the link. If you're, again, thinking about buying a house, you can participate in that April 20th. Then I also want you to follow us on social media. Stay in the loop. Follow us on LinkedIn for industry insights, Instagram for behind-the-scenes fun, Facebook for lively discussions, and YouTube for exclusive video content. Click on the QR code, sign up today, take advantage of it. All right, so look, it wasn't that much. So, Rick, that's all I got for him today, man.
No, I know it seemed like there's a lot of announcements this week, but with Realtors Week coming up next week, it is one of the highlights of the real estate calendar. Definitely a highlight of the second quarter of 2024. Go to hbraevents.org, sign up, get involved, take advantage of all these tools that are being provided to the local Houston real estate community. Make yourself better, make yourself more valuable, but most importantly, put yourself in a position to be able to perform for the real estate community in a way that exceeds expectations. So appreciate you informing everyone, Coach Mike, about all the opportunities that's out there. I think sometimes in the real estate field, we can feel like we're facing all these obstacles alone. But I think, like you said, with collaboration, with cooperation, we can not only share best practices, but put each other in a position to take our careers to that next level, man. So thank you for your time this week, Coach Mike. Man, you did an outstanding job, sir.
My pleasure, man.
Hey, look, man, any final words before we sign off this week from CEO Coach Mike of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm?
Man, look, I think I done said a bunch, brother. Just, look, get involved, man. Get involved, take action. It's a lot of opportunity out here, man, but you just got to be willing to get out there and decide to go get it.
Hey, look, and I want to thank CEO Coach Mike for sitting in with us this week, just like he does every Monday Night Live episode. I want to make sure I invite everyone in the audience, get connected, tap in. If you have any questions, comments, if you need mentorship, inspiration, motivation, you can reach out to CEO Coach Mike on Instagram. You can reach out to myself at Prime Real Estate Rick on Instagram. If you would need more information about the Brooks & Davis West office, the training that we'll be putting in place. If you would like to tap into this week's Green Home training, reach out to me directly at Prime Real Estate Rick, and we'll make sure we get you all that login information that you need, man. So thanks again, Coach Mike, on behalf of Mr. Michael G. Davis and myself, Rick Davis. We want to thank everyone in the audience for checking out Monday Night Live. And until next Monday Night Live, everyone in the audience, please be safe and be blessed.